there, I'm Tish.
I'm Lily.
And together we are
Haunted Housewives.
And today we are going to talk to you about Haunted Hills Hayride and
Valley of Terror. My memory.
Question mark. Haunted Hills Hayride and Valley of Terror.
I always want to put death in there.
Death Valley of Terror? Valley of Death Terror? It fits. We'll get there. We'll get there. But today we're each going to give you 2 reasons why you should go to this old school, fun, hayride, haunted trail in North Versailles, Pennsylvania. And if I don't know if we have any listeners out there who are not from the Pittsburgh area. Yeah, it's North Versailles.
Oh.
It's not Versailles, just Versailles. Which has absolutely nothing to do with anything we're going to talk about today.
No.
But
we would just like to throw that out there.
We
have some.
We're educating you. We're educating you as well. So, Lily, what is your top reason for going to Haunted Hills Hayride and Valley of Terror?
Okay, so my reason is the Halloween vibes. It is a very much old. It's that old school feel of when you were young and you were going trick-or-treating. Like, it honestly feels like Halloween night. Like, when you go there, the vibe, just the people around, and it just, like, everything literally just feels like Halloween.
The way they set it up, it's not an animatronic heavy attraction, though there are a couple really effective scares using animatronics in different places. But what they've done is they've built these little shacks and these little tableaus, and they have skeletons and scarecrows and glowing lights in the trees. Mm-hmm. And it feels very magical, very Disney Halloween movie, very Halloween town as you're walking into it. Yeah. And that vibe carries over the
Halloween Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
You may not meet the love of your life, but maybe you will. Who knows?
Some nice guy with a chainsaw, or maybe
or
a sorcerer with a staff that has a head on it or something. A bat. Was that Betsy?
Betsy or Bessie?
Bessie. No, maybe. Well, please correct us in the comments. But if you are looking to recapture the feeling of being a kid, wandering around in the dark, wondering if that figure coming towards you is your friend or a monster, Haunted Hills Hayride has you covered.
Yeah, and especially I was just thinking the hayride almost feels like you're going through your neighborhood with the way that they interact with you. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, if you have a creepy ass neighborhood, but like, say your neighbors were good at it and they got dressed up, like, just kind of that feeling, you know.
It's very welcoming.
Yes,
it's very welcoming, and I think that one of the things that I would say that it kind of plays off of what you were saying is this is genuinely family friendly.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
If you go to Haunted Hills Hayride,
for the whole family.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of kids there. Although Haunted Hills does require you to have an adult if you're under 18, and groups of kids have to be accompanied by an adult. But what they do really well is they create an experience that is fun for the whole family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. They're jokes for everybody.
Yeah. They will talk to the parents, they'll talk to the kids. Mm-hmm. One of our favorite moments, I think, was sitting on the hay wagon across from a woman who was there with her 2 daughters, and she's laughing at the scares that they're getting. Oh, the monsters came after her too.
It was just so funny. It was completely unexpected. Yeah, she's just sitting there like la la la, and it's like whoa.
Which is what we're like all the time, honestly.
Right?
But a really good family-friendly attraction does in fact have something for everybody. It's not just geared towards the kids, but Haunted Hills Hayride understands that you have to keep the parents entertained as well, and they managed to do it by making the experience both creepy and funny.
Yes. Yes, they're very funny.
Yeah.
Yep. And that comes to my second reason to go is they give attention to everybody. So on the Hayride, there are maybe 25 people that can fit on there. And they have an actor that's assigned to your wagon that comes and goes. So he just shows up at random times in between scenes. You don't know when or where. He just hops on the wagon, and nobody is safe. It's like they make it a point to go to each and every single person.
Yes.
And not just them, but the actors in the scenes.
Yeah.
When they almost all of them board the wagon.
Right.
And they do some sort of interaction.
Yeah.
They do their scene and they interact and they go to each person.
There's a whole drama
And
that
it's
plays out.
so entertaining, whether they're paying attention to you or not.
Yeah. You're watching and listening to see how they interact with everybody else on the wagon. And the actor who was assigned to us he was a menace. He was a menace.
You were a menace.
And we liked it. No, he was bothering everybody. He would get off the wagon. He would come back on. He would jump scare people. But the scenes that play out on the Hayride are not just these tableaus that you kind of roll past.
Right.
They are interactive. And we had a scene with a witch who jumped on the wagon, and I was saying to you earlier, she was very hocus pocus coded. She was very funny and over the top, but she wasn't just focused on the kids. She was talking with everybody. Another scene was set at a crematorium, and the actor was physically menacing. He was scary.
Yeah.
But he was also funny.
He was.
He was making jokes at his own expense. And the actors will go from person to person on the Hayride and get some sort of reaction from each and every one of you.
Yep. So that's really cool. If you are frustrated with places you feel like you go through and nobody pays attention to you, or you never get the boo, or you never get to interact with people, you kind of fade into the background, you can't do that here.
They
Definitely
will not
on the Hayride.
allow you to fade into the background.
No,
they won't let that happen. So highly interactive, fun, comic, spooky. I would like to give a little bit of love to the Valley of Terror, because the Valley of Terror feels like the slightly grown-up sibling of the Hayride. It's a little bit spookier, a little bit more challenging, but also keep in mind this is a trail.
Yes.
And in the woods on a hill.
Yeah.
It's in the name.
Hill.
Haunted
What? I didn't know it was going to be on a hill.
Hills Hayride and Valley of Terror.
What?
You go into the valley and up the hill.
No, don't go into.
Don't go into the valley.
Stay on the trail. The
Yes.
signs tell you stay on the trail.
You
And you might be confused.
Yes. You enter this trail through something that looks like a mine shaft, and it becomes progressively more cramped.
Yep.
It's very twisty and turny and claustrophobic. The trail's very deceptive because there are times it feels like you can walk around the little buildings.
Right. We're like, which way do we go? We stood there a couple minutes at the first place. Like, it looks like there's a path that goes around and there's a path that goes through. And is that building for us? Is it for the actors?
The
I don't
answer
know
is it's
what to do.
always through.
Yeah.
You always go through.
Go through. Don't go over the hillside.
Right. Yeah. Please don't fall. But there are other environments. There's these little buildings. There's also a really effective school bus. You have to climb onto the school bus, and it's
really cool.
Filled with these dim figures, and you know that some of them are going to move at some point. It's another claustrophobic, scary, creepy setting. And Lily was really delighted to find that they had a chainsaw.
In a place that I really, really couldn't run.
Right.
I could not run.
They
I
put
just
the chainsaw at the worst
I
possible place.
just dropped to the ground.
Yeah.
And
Pleading.
died.
Pleading.
I
the maniac.
I couldn't run there, but that was a trick. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for
And
that.
these actors are also very interactive. Keep in mind, this is a volunteer haunted attraction.
Yeah.
The staff is the acting staff, volunteers, and there are some like really spot on spooky, scary performances. The guy who greeted us at the head of the trail and was waiting for us when we emerged to say, "Oh, you survived.
Yeah.
I'm surprised."
Yeah.
We are too, frankly.
I know, right?
I
died once, but got back up.
Yeah, yeah. But if you're looking for a haunted attraction that feels like old-fashioned trick-or-treat, nostalgic, old school Halloween, where you'll smell the leaves in the woods, you'll feel like you're a trick-or-treater, check out Haunted Hills Hayride and Valley of Terror. It is a really fun, entertaining, fun for the whole family kind of evening. And we will be back with more places to visit and reasons to visit them. Bye.
Bye.